What's up, Sooner Nation, Sooner softball fans? Welcome back to the Sooner Surge. Before we get started this video, hit the like button first and subscribe to the channel. Be a part of what's going on at the Sooner Surge. Also, go check out Fanstop, fanstop.com. Use code SURGE. You'll get 10% off your first 3 months on your shirt of the month. Go check them out. Hunter, a little instant reaction video as Oklahoma wins game 2 of the series over UCF in kind of a nail-biter, 2-1. The big news, Patty Gasso's 1,500th win. Third coach in softball history to do that. Just great thing for Patty Gasso to get her 1,500 win.
Yeah, massive milestone that everyone expected to happen at some point this season. It finally happened. Third coach in NCAA history to achieve 1,500 wins. And, yeah, what an honor for Patty Gasso, Sooners head coach, who's been the head coach for now 30 years.
Yeah, and Tiare Jennings, another ball.
Yeah, ties now 6th all-time RBI, tied for that. So one more from 300 and moving up on that leaderboard. And, yeah, 6th all-time in home runs too. So she's only 5 away now from Lauren Chamberlain to move to tie, and then with the 6th one, move ahead of Chamberlain on the home run standings for solo 2nd place.
Yeah, and really, that's about all the offense there was today on both teams. You get the home run from Jennings, and then you get the RBI double, I believe, from Ella Parker. And just I would say very, I don't know how to explain it offensively, just not a very good performance from Oklahoma. I mean, you have 2 hits total for 7 innings. I mean, that doesn't happen. I'd have to look back on stat-wise for the last – when these players that are seniors in their careers, how many times they've had a 2-hit game pitched against them. It's not very often to go, 7-inning game, 2 hits. I mean, that's just unbelievable. So, but luckily Kirsten Deal was dealing, and Kirsten Deal continues to me to prove, I think, that she's right now, I think she's the 2nd best pitcher on the team behind Maxwell. And she allows the run at the end, and it really was not her fault. I mean, Hodge had one go right through her legs to start the inning, get the base runner on, so it's an unearned run. I take a couple things so far from this 2 games in this series. One, OU's defense has to be better. I mean, this is 2 games, and it just hasn't been great performances defensively. And you're going into the last series of the year, Hunter. This should be fixed by now, right?
It's uncharacteristic mistakes. I mean, and at this point, they're almost becoming characteristic. It's happening a lot more than you would think it should. And yeah, Kirsten Deal did not allow an earned run. OU gets to win 2-1, but that run was unearned. Error on Hodge, and so that double doesn't go against her. Honestly, the double probably should have been caught by Hannah Corr out in left field, or at least prevented a double. That was just a very bad read on the ball that allows a run to score there. But yeah, Kirsten Deal, you'll see the official update following this weekend's games across the country. But right now her ERA is at 0.81, which I'm not sure on the standings of other pitchers around the country on how they've moved throughout the weekend. But as of Thursday, that would have been 3rd in the country, just behind 2nd place is at 0.80, and then Najari Kennedy's leading the country in ERA with like 0.55. It's unbelievable. But yeah, Kirsten Deal has been lights out for the last, now 8 games for Oklahoma. It seems like anytime she's in the circle, you just need 2 runs and you're going to win that game.
Yeah, and that's crazy about Kennedy. And good chance you're going to be facing Kennedy at some point in the World Series. So that'll be interesting. Speaking of the bats, though, Hunter, I mean, it's just another game where, 2 runs on 2 hits. We talked a little bit about it earlier. It's just kind of not expected from this team. I mean, they just couldn't get anything going. I mean, only 5 base runners, Hunter. So just not a whole lot to really even go with. You kept watching thinking, okay, this inning they're gonna break out and do something. Just couldn't get it going. The pitcher from UCF pitched really good, and OU just couldn't get the bats going.
Yeah. Jada Coleman, 0 for 4. Riley Boone, 0 for 3. Coleman's now down to 402. Riley Boone no longer has a 400 batting average, down to 398. Just, I mean, I could read down the entire list. I mean, other than Jennings and Parker, as we mentioned, not another hit on Oklahoma. I mean, you look at the Texas games that they lost in that series, they were still hitting the ball. They just weren't scoring runs. You look back on both of those games. The first game, they had 6 hits. They only put 1 run up on the board. And then the second game, if I can get it pulled up real quick, I know they had more than 2. It's just, again, it's not something you want to see because everyone knows what next weekend is. Then the weekend after that, it's the Big 12 championship. Then you're in regionals, super regionals, College World Series. I mean, this is not the time to be having struggles like they are at the plate.
Yeah, the positive you could take from that, if you want to spin the 2 hits into positive, which I'm getting ready to do because I'm just going to do that, even though it's not very positive. The one positive is great teams find ways to win. And listen, it was not a great performance offensively, but Kirsten Deal pitched a great game. And I'll say this. I don't know because Nicole May didn't pitch, but I have pretty good feeling if Kirsten Deal didn't start this game, they might have lost. I just think
I don't know. I don't know if Kirsten Deal is the only pitcher to have won that game. I think Kelly Maxwell
maybe could.
Well,
but Maxwell yesterday allowed 8 hits against his team. So, I mean, Deal pitched really good.
Yeah, very good outing for Deal. I mean, she had the no-hitter against Tulsa, won a good chunk of the game against Houston last weekend without allowing a hit. Before that, she had a few innings heading into that game. And, I mean, really, other than that Texas game when she came in, I mean, she's been lights out over the season. I mean, at one point, her ERA went up a little bit, a little over 1, and then she wasn't qualifying because she just wasn't getting innings. And, I mean, again, down to a .81 ERA. That's impressive. That's going into the season, not the pitcher I would have expected for Oklahoma to have an ERA that well. And, Jay, what did you think of Deal finally getting a Game 2 start again? It's been a while.
Loved it. And I've been calling for it, Hunter. I've been saying that for a while, that I think she deserves that the way she's pitched. I think if you're going to reward players for how they're playing, then she deserves that middle start in the series. I just think that's fair to her the way she's been pitching. So I'd love to see it. I think it was great. I didn't love to see with Torres not playing second. I think you're at a point now where I think she's your second baseman. I think you have to play her right now, Hunter. That's just my opinion.
I totally agree with you. I don't get the move there. It's really happened a lot. The lineup changes so often. I think Torres earned that second base spot with the way she's swinging the bat. And, I mean, even defensively, going into the season, that was a question mark on how is Alina Torres going to translate at second base. And, I mean, she's made a lot of plays. And, in my opinion, if Avery Hodge isn't pretty much perfect in the field, I don't know how you can make that decision to start Hodge over Torres.
Yeah, so there you have it. The Sooners get the Game 2 victory, 2-1. Patty Gasso's 1,500 win. We'll see what happens tomorrow in Game 3 of the set. But OU needs to win it, and I think OU needs to win it scoring some runs tomorrow. They need to get back on track offensively before they have this closing series for Bedlam there at Love's Field. So appreciate you guys watching the video as always. Appreciate you watching the content. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Talk to you next time. Boomer.